Legend has it that St. Winifred's well first erupted at the spot where her would-be rapist Caradog cut off her head when she refused him. The water, which we can still see flowing, sprang up where her head lay. This wasn't enough to stop this strong, real-life 7th century Welshwoman, and with her Uncle Benu's help, her head and life were restored to her, and she went on to become a nun as she had wished, later becoming an abbess. After her death in 660, Winifred was buried in her abbey, and later, in 1138, her relics were dug up and removed to Shrewsbury to become part of an elaborate shrine, which was later destroyed by King Henry VIII. This transportation of her bones provided the subject for a Cadfael book by Ellis Peters, and a TV episode of the same name, A Morbid Taste for Bones, is a particularly good one, in the UK TV series starring Derek Jacobi. The well walls hold testament to many claims of the water's healing properties. People travelled there for the cure, and many have etched their names into the shrine itself, and you can see these 5-star reviews to this day. Also displayed at the shrine, you can see a few examples of the many hundreds of crutches and walking canes left by people who found themselves so restored by the water that they no longer needed them. However fantastical these claims, I feel they cannot fully be ruled out, because at least in the early years of the place as a site of pilgrimage, the water in towns was so hazardous to health that people could die from drinking it, and people would drink beer instead of the water. So this clean, holy, practically Vichy water by comparison was beneficial at least to that degree. We ourselves are now entirely immortal after drinking it, so as you can imagine, in the Dark Ages, this was such a draw for the crowds. Of course, we aren't entirely immortal, but even so, on a rainy autumn day, we watched people wade and bathe in this little pool of well water, and we felt its cold, crisp dampness against the stonework of the old building, and it does feel a tiny bit magical. There is a restful, mindful sense of the place, which is still a religious site with priests and worship, and places to reflect seriously or not so seriously, or to go up and wonder at the claims of restored health and the whole myth that surrounds the place. So Winifred's Well in Holywell North Wales is a great day out. History, mystery, decapitations and holy restorations, all part of the cultural landscape of North Wales and the UK, and it's well worth a visit.